Hey, welcome to my podcast, Cold Narratives. I'm your host, Iceberg Green. About to let y'all hear some of these cold narratives. Check it out. Okay, what's up with y'all, Iceberg Green? So today's target, we're gonna talk about these tech companies because for me, man, growing up, I remember back in the day I used to watch them shows like Knight Rider, Roll Call. The youngsters probably don't know nothing about that. And I used to look at them shows like, man, this ain't gonna never happen. This ain't gonna happen. And then boy, was I wrong. And right now, what it's able to do is scary, man. It's scary. And it doesn't have feelings. We can't control us technology and what it's able to do to us. Only people that control it are people that don't look like me and possibly you. Okay, so this is from ABC News Channel 7, Bay Area channel, and this is fair use. But this is their take on it. This is the story they covered. Check it out.
Now, millions of us are walking around with radio frequency chips in our pockets. Several viewers told me tap-enabled systems snatched their credit card information when there was no tap. Where? Well, at a variety of places, a restaurant, a store, a doctor's office. So is this going to keep happening?
What else can be grabbed out of my wallet?
Edgar Matthews was trying to use his debit card to pay for groceries at Safeway, but that never happened.
I hadn't tapped it, I hadn't inserted it, I hadn't swiped it, and then all of a sudden, out comes the receipt, and I said, how did this get paid for?
The cashier couldn't explain it.
She stood there literally just sort of blank. I really thought that the guy ahead of me, that he had been charged. I said, somebody paid for this on a credit card somewhere.
Turns out the tap-to-pay card reader at Safeway had ignored the debit card in Edgar's hand. Instead, it reached into Edgar's back pocket, threw his wallet, and charged his Bank of America credit card tucked inside.
That's a pretty big reach. I mean, around me or through me to my wallet. Why didn't it grab the card that was near it? How did it decide what to grab?
You know, so I'm just keeping it real. Technology is not biased. It doesn't care what race you are, what background you got. It's going to target you. Okay, I'm going to just give you an example. And I'm sure everybody has went through this. Like, say you go out to eat or something and you like, oh, I like this food right here. Maybe a certain type of steak or whatever. Or maybe you went to a car lot and you're like, man, I want to get one of them. I guarantee you when you either went to Google search or something of that nature, you was probably streaming through social media, that car popped up or that meal popped up and they catered to that. You'd be like, man, I just seen, all I did was see it. How you know I was just looking at that? That's to go into your head. Who, you know, so, and that's what technology does, man. And the way it's going, it's like, it's just by having it, just by holding a phone, just by having a credit card, it seemed like it's just attaching itself to your life, man. And I don't know what they're doing with this technology, but it's just scary, man.
I was shocked. I was like, well, it can't be.
Sonia Cesare says it happened at a doctor's office.
I went to pay and they said, you're already paid. And I said, I haven't inserted my card. I haven't even taken it out of my wallet.
Turns out the card reader there had sent radio waves into her purse and charged her credit card without her knowing it. And that wasn't all.
3 days later at a boutique in Yountville,
Sonia got an even bigger surprise at a little shop.
the woman said, oh my, it's just read 3 cards.
The store's tap-to-pay system charged not only one, but 3 credit cards tucked in a wallet inside her purse.
I'd say I was 2 feet away at that point, for sure.
All charges were reversed, but it was troubling.
Could it inadvertently be happening everywhere, multiple times a day? And it makes you very uncomfortable and frightened.
I mean, somebody's literally in your pocket, which is very alarming.
No, we're just going to keep it real. So how many of us, I'm sure everybody has a Google account. You know, let's just keep it real, all the way from the president to Beyonce. They all got a Google account. So I'm just telling you. So, and Google is one of the largest tech company collecting data in the world. We're not just going to say, you know, but it's based in California. So we going to get it the hardest because it's right here. This is where it started. This is where they've been getting the most data. So we going to get bullied out of our data first. But they trying to take over the world with this technology, man. So we got to, like I said, man, we got to pay attention to these signs, man. And I believe that's why they trying to get rid of the cash so they can turn everything digital currency. You know how you see what just happened with Cash App. The feds open up their own because they know everything's about to turn digital. So when the feds do something, I'm telling you, they finna switch the whole game. So what they're trying to do with this, they just pretty seem like they just testing the technology to see how far they can go with it. can we really get in their pockets? And based on this right here, what y'all just seen, they just really got in their pocket. And I'm just saying, though, this has to be alarming.
Industry party line here is this is not supposed to be happening.
Ted Rossman of Bankrate.com says theoretically this can't happen.
You're not supposed to have a card charged by mistake. You're supposed to have to hold it very close to the reader. The industry standard is generally 1 or 2 inches.
Technology exists to read radio frequencies at long range, but supposedly not on credit cards. No comfort for these folks.
This morning when we went to the store, I left my wallet locked up in my car.
I am standing back and I'm holding my purse down.
Just think about it. Everybody got these home cameras. Everybody got these smart TVs. And how smart are they? Let's just keep it real. If they can do this, these TVs right now, like I say, even this phone I'm on right now, like I said, it's probably sending this to a whole nother country. And on the last note, I just want to let y'all know the people that work in these tech companies do not look like us. They do not look like me, and I'm sure they probably don't look like you. It's predominantly foreigners, immigrants, Caucasians and Asians. There's not really too many women, especially of color, working in that tech field. And there's maybe 1% black and maybe 2% Hispanic, Latino. So you got to look at this, man. Just really pay attention to this. These tech companies, they're the ones that are really just pushing the agenda and the narrative toward us without facing the consequences. And they need to be held accountable. I want to thank you all for tuning in. I want to say God bless everyone going through the struggle. And watch out for them cold narratives that the government be trying to push on us, y'all. And to all my black people, I would be nothing without y'all. Thank you all.